What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Content is Profit. Special topic today. Very special.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't think it's special? You don't think it's special?
Stop teasing it, bro. What is it?
This is maybe you as a creator, what you need to get unstuck.
Let's start with the story. Story time.
Story time with the soccer ball?
Okay, 1 second. Stuck where? Like, if you get unstuck, bro, they can be stuck in the bathroom right now. They can be stuck in traffic.
In traffic. If you get stuck in the creation aspect, right? Like where there, you might be trying to, grab a hold of the creation process. You want to put content out there.
Hit publish. Hit
the publish.
Be in people's feeds.
That's right.
Sharing your message with the world so you can convert those conversations.
So what?
Get the smackaroonies.
What story do you want me to tell? The one that enlightened us to bring this topic today, or our actual story? Both actuals.
Yeah,
okay.
About a short story. Short story time.
Short story time.
Yeah, first, we don't have too much time, and second, we want to keep it entertaining for you.
Okay, so last week, as in we're recording this episode, we were hired to go and run an awesome event live stream. For those original people that listen to the show, you know that we ran the show live for a few episodes, about 300 something episodes, which is crazy. So when this opportunity came on, it's been an opportunity that we've been chasing for quite a while. And we're like, absolutely, we can run this live stream for you. And we did. And it was awesome. And then if you have more details, let me know where to find it. But as soon as that was done, I was like, man, this is nice. It feels nice. We don't have to go back and edit. Or we don't have to send the team or process any files. It's done and it's awesome. And the people were happy and we were happy. And we did a ton of work before to prep. But I was like, man, it reminded me of that feeling when we did the show live that really helped us move the needle forward and produce 300 plus episodes, which we tried for 2 years before that.
You sounded like Kermit right there.
I know, that's crazy. Which we tried for years before that, and we didn't produce any episode. Zero. Zip. All
right, let me know when the story time is over.
So go on.
No.
That was the first one. You want to interject?
Yeah, no, I just want to say, rate the story. Let me know from 1 to 10 what his story is. Let us know in the comments.
Once upon a time, there were two brothers that sat in a room to try to produce a podcast a year before Content is Profit was born. And we did the whole setup. 2 cameras, table. We had a bicycle thing behind in our backdrop, a bicycle wheel.
It was a decoration in my room, okay?
Decoration in your
Chill,
room.
bro.
Why do you have a bicycle wheel in your wall?
I don't know.
Your wall.
I also barely rode any bicycle.
I know, that was hilarious. And then it took us about an hour to set everything up because it's not a fixed setup like we have here in the studio. And once we started recording, the cameras were not the right equipment because they had 20-minute timers. So we had to get up and do the thing. And then we couldn't prep the content because we were doing it that same night. So the whole process lasted about 4 hours. And then once we finally recorded the thing, then we had to edit the thing because we did several takes. And then guess what? At the end of 4 days of doing that, we were screw that. And we threw the equipment back in the closet and we didn't see it for another year. So we decided to launch Content is Profit because we were in a pickle at that stage. And you can go back and listen to the episodes that are there about it. But we're in a very big pickle where we need to remove the friction. Why are you laughing?
We're in a very big pickle.
It was a massive pickle, okay? We had no money. We had 30 days to make some money and be able to do this full time. And this was right when COVID was starting here in the States. But anyways, we decided that podcast is the way to go. We haven't tried it. We've tried to create other pieces of content, other types of content, but we were never able to hit the publish consistently. And we decided, how do we create smooth operators out of this? Hashtag smooth operator.
Smooth operators. What's a smooth operator?
You don't get the joke. You don't remember the joke.
I know what smooth operator is, bro. I watched Formula 1. But what in this case, people are going to be asking themselves, what is a smooth operator? Why do I need to create a smooth operator? What is
somebody that creates and publish frictionless?
There we go.
There you go. Is that good enough for you?
I don't know.
Is that good enough for you?
I
audience?
hope it's good enough for the audience.
Perfect. You tell me. And we decided to do the show live. So very frictionless. We just set up a phone or / camera and we hit live. And then the first episode was out in the world. And 600 episodes later, here we are.
Good week of the story. All right, tell me.
Story time is over.
Tell me 1 to 10. How do you rate this second story? All right, I'm gonna go with your second story was better than the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I personally...
We cannot share too much about the first story. That's why we cannot share details.
We're winging this episode too. We know the value that we want to deliver, but structure-wise, we're winging it a little bit. I think you should have started with this story for context for people.
Why didn't you answer that when I asked you?
I just wanted to see, you know, how your mind worked. But I think I thought this was a great story for context. But then, you know, fast forward, we actually stopped doing the live streams at, I think, around the episode 100, something like that. Maybe even less. Maybe even before the 100. I don't remember when was our last live stream.
300 episodes, dude.
300?
Yeah.
Wow.
I said it in the story. Clearly, you were not paying attention.
Exactly. You lost me. So after we stopped doing it, right? I mean, the podcast did change a bit. Obviously, the processes, how we produce. Yeah, it evolved. But I will say there was something about going live, right? And we kind of got reintroduced on this project that, you know, we just did last week that you just mentioned at the very beginning. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting. But we've also talked about maybe we should go live again with Content is Profit. You know, we thought about it. We've debated a little bit here and there. And it's because there are a few advantages, right? Not only, of course, advantage number one is removing the friction, right? Mm-hmm. Like you don't have to do much at all, maybe any of the post-production, you know, like sure, you might grab it and fix it here or there later on. But like if you go live, the footage is published already, you know? So big advantage number one is remove the friction and actually hit publish, right? For me, big advantage number two would be lean into your mistakes, right? You learn that people do not care that much about, you know, your mistakes. I was so self-conscious about the accent. I was like, oh man, what are they going to say or do? Sometimes it already happened in this episode. I think I say things out of order or I say the wrong word or whatever. It's part of the personality.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And you know, big advantage number two, you learn to lean into those mistakes, right? So at least those are the first two that I have in my mind.
There's another advantage where it's like, it allows you to third advantage. I think it helps you put in the reps at the end of the day. Like with the studio, we've been very fortunate to have some foot traffic of like people that come to our studio and we sit down in this same table and we talk about podcasting. And maybe it's the first time that they're trying to create
where we send the contract down here.
Maybe it's the first time that they're trying to create something, right? And it could be intimidating, right? And then just the creation aspect. And if you haven't checked out the 6 levers, right? Go to businesscreator.club. We're happy to see you in there. But just creation is intimidating. And then the post-production aspect is another layer of it, right? That, you know, maybe you have your references or most people, according to our experience, like they don't really know what they want the content to look like and feel like. And, you know, for either you're hiring a freelancer editor or you're doing it yourself, you're going to lose a lot of time trying to figure that one out, right? If you go live and it's published in a format that you enjoy and the conversation, quality of the message over quality of the production, is going to help you put in the reps and then start to notice on your message, what are the things that you're leaning in. You know, maybe you like to create a certain type of content. Maybe you like to do interviews. Maybe you like to go solo. Maybe you like to wing it. Maybe you like to do some research before and then lay out those points. And it's going to help you massively when you start to produce it with an editor or a team because you're going to have clear instructions to do that, right? So if you haven't done it, I think that's another one of the huge wins that you can achieve.
Big advantage number 4. I got one. I think, and you slightly, you know, touched down, which is more intentional pre-production, right? Which helps with the delivery of the show. If you're going to go live, at least you're probably going to be like, all right, let me structure a little bit, you know, what I'm going to do. Because I'm not saying, if you're going to not do it live, I still recommend having a very intentional pre-production process, right? We talked about this actually in one of our latest episodes with Travis Houston. So make sure you go check out that episode. But at the same time, if you're going live, right, it just helps you structure where you're going to go from one point to another, right? Maybe helps you minimize the, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, etc. Right? Now, big advantage number 5 is proximity on the conversation. Like you are live. Sure, you're not going to have probably at first 100, maybe not even 10 or 20 people listening to you, but you might get 1, 2 people that are going to jump in and maybe they'll leave a comment in there and you're like, hey dude, what's up? Like you can either address them live during the episode or you can wait for after. And since they commented, it's pretty much they're opening the door for you to reach out and talk to them. So proximity to that conversation, I think, is key. Guess what? That's what happened to us, right? Like, our longest standing client to this day, he was watching one of our live shows and he literally put a comment in there. Yeah, he's like, I've been looking for what you guys do. And we're like, awesome, let's talk, right?
Yeah, 4 years later.
4 years later, he's still our client, right? And he's absolutely amazing. So big advantage, proximity to the conversation when you are going live.
Yeah. And obviously, we can go into a rabbit hole. We're not going to do it today. We're wrapping up. We can go into a rabbit hole of like equipment, what things to use to do that. Obviously, the most popular is your phone because you're right there on the platforms, right? But if you're running a podcast, like for example, like this multicam podcast that we're running today, this is post-production. This is not live right now, but there's tools that can help you do that immediately live. Like technology has evolved. So look for ways to remove the friction. If you'd like that kind of stuff, feel free to reach out to us. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them on social media at BizBrosCo.
Yeah. And honestly, it's as simple as you can just put your cell phone and click go live.
Yeah.
And even without a microphone, like just be in a decent spot with not too much noise around you. Yes. And you will have decent audio. People are going to be able to listen, and at the bare minimum investment, if you want, you can buy, some of the small Rode microphones Go, the wireless Go or the DJI.
Yep.
You can plug that directly to your phone and you can use that microphone and it's going to sound fantastic. So you don't really need to invest too much if you want to do a live stream. And honestly, the upside, the potential of live streaming is great from, the personal development aspect of you growing as a creator, getting better at sharing your message, to the relationships that you're going to get to build, right? That proximity of conversation that you're going to have. It's a win-win. And at the end, you already have an asset right there, a digital asset on your profile. Your episode is going to be out. And what we used to do was we just put a little bit of money behind it. You reach a new audience, you reach more people.
Yeah. So if you're stuck on hitting publishing, maybe overthinking your post-production, maybe this is what you need to do. Commit for a week, commit for 2 weeks. Recently I was having a conversation about the carnivore diet. That was the advice I gave me. It's like, it's tough. Commit to a week, right? And see how it goes.
You're going to go munching on some meat.
Sure.
You're going to do it? You're going to do?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go.
I don't have a starting date yet, but
all right. Well, keep me posted.
If you commit, audience, to going live, send me a message and I'll start the carnivore diet.
Nah, bro. Make sure you hold them accountable. Reach out, be like, right. Yo, how are the steaks going?
Yeah, sounds good. They're in my fridge already. I've been eating. Not as whatever. Side note. We're not talking content now. But anyways. I challenge you. I really, really encourage you because like going live is what triggered everything for us and it's helped us move the needle forward in many ways. So I recommend if you are stuck, this is the way to go. That event that I shared at the very beginning kind of like re-sparkled that for me. I was like, wow, what an advantage to go do that with emphasis on the pre-production. Very simple framework. If you're confused, like what do I talk about? Think about a story or something that happened today. Think about something that you learned today or yesterday. Tell the story. And then what are the lessons? Yeah. Spoiler alert. That's exactly what we just did today.
Yeah. And if you want, a little bit of hand holding, a community that can help you with that, you can go to businesscreator.club, right? We are launching a community. By the time you hear this, it might be already out. It might be a little bit in the pre-sale type of deal going on.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an affordable community for people that want to just, get started. Have somebody that can help you be accountable with your publishing process, right? Hit that publish button and put your message out there. We're going to be running some 45 lives, which is actually the challenge that was born out of creating content live. So if you want to join in there, that one is going to be very entertaining. We're going to have some weekly sessions. We're going to have accountability calls, and we're going to have some, specific content just for the community to help you accomplish your goals. We know that, content is not a one-time solution for everybody. It doesn't look the same for everybody. Your content problems, we know they're different and unique from other businesses. So we want to make sure that in this community, we're addressing those. We're masterminding, and we are all pushing ourselves to hit that publish button. So if you want to join, make sure you go to businesscreator.club, and we'll see you in there.
Right. See you later.